Let's begin. Number 5. Columbia disintegrated on re-entry. Cost $13 billion. The Space Shuttle Columbia crash of 2003 will sadly go down in history as another spacecraft accident that should have never happened. On February 1, 2003, Space Shuttle Columbia broke up as it returned to Earth, killing the 7 astronauts on board. NASA suspended Space Shuttle flights for more than 2 years as it investigated the disaster. The Columbia mission was the second Space Shuttle disaster after Challenger, which saw a catastrophic failure during launch in 1986. The shuttle was torn apart upon re-entering the Earth's atmosphere because of a piece of foam that fell from the shuttle's external tank, breaching its wing. The 7-member crew, Rick Husband, Commander Michael Anderson, Payload Commander David Brown, Mission Specialist Kalpana Chawla, Mission Specialist Laura Clark, Mission Specialist William McCool, Pilot, and Ian Raymond. Payload Specialists from the Israeli Space Agency spent 24 hours a day doing science experiments in 2 shifts. They performed around 80 experiments in life sciences, material sciences, fluid physics, and other matters. All 7 astronauts on board Columbia were killed. When Columbia took off 16 days prior, a similar issue with falling foam had taken place, but nothing was done to correct the problem. This tragic incident led to whole NASA Space Shuttle fleet being retired in 2011, and NASA bore tremendous public scrutiny for not taking precautions to secure the foam on the shuttle's tank. Number 4. Mercedes-Benz buys Chrysler. Cost $20 billion. Mercedes-Benz parent company Daimler-Benz merged with Chrysler in 1998, intent on transforming the 2 companies into one international automobile powerhouse known as Daimler-Chrysler. The purchase of Chrysler by Benz marked the biggest acquisition by a foreign buyer of any U.S. company in history. With one branch in the U.S. and the other in Europe, the company hoped to dominate the car market on both continents. Daimler-Benz paid $37 billion for Chrysler, but unfortunately the deal didn't stand the rest of time. The merger was marketed to investors as an equal pairing. It soon emerged that Benz would be the dominant partner, with Benz holding the majority of the new company's shares. The merger was supposed to be a win-win for both parties. The move was supposed to raise Benz's market share in the US auto market. Chrysler was supposed to improve its vehicles with exposure to Benz car expertise and also lower its costs. Due to cultural clashes and differences in quality, the 2 companies struggled to see eye to eye. There was no synergy between the 2 companies. Then, in 2000s, a recession drove Chrysler's sales into the gutter. Daimler-Benz ultimately sold Chrysler in 2007 for $7 billion to Cerberus Capital Management Firm, a company whose specialty is reconstructing failing corporations. Number 3. Deepwater Horizon oil spill. Cost $61 billion. Deepwater Horizon oil spill, also called Gulf of Mexico oil spill, the largest marine oil spill in history, was caused by April 20, 2010. An explosion on the Deepwater Horizon oil rig located in the Gulf of Mexico, approximately 41 miles off the coast of Louisiana, and its subsequent sinking on April 22nd. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico is considered the worst oil spill in history. 3.19 million barrels were found in the quartz to have leaked during the spill. 210 million gallons of oil were spilled following an explosion on the drilling rig. Oil threatened marine and wildlife habitats from Louisiana to Florida, and the spill continued for months as workers attempt time and again to stop the flow of oil. As much as 20% of the oil spill may have sunk to the bottom of the ocean, damaging deep-sea ecosystems. Forensic analyst of the BOP completed the following year determined that a set of massive blades known as blind shears rams designed to slice through the pipe carrying oil had malfunctioned because the pipe had bent under the pressure of the rising gas and oil. In the process of reaching a settlement with BP, the largest natural resource damage assessment ever was undertaken. Ultimately, an investigation revealed that BP, the British company responsible for Deepwater Horizon rigor, had cut corners on safety with disastrous effects. Cutting corners turned out to be very costly for BP. Cleaning up after the disaster and paying associated fines and legal fees had stuck the company with a $61 billion bill. Number 2. AOL buys Time Warner. Cost $146 billion. In the year 2000, the dot-com bubble was at its height. AOL was regarded as the hottest tech company in the world, and the Time Warner deal was hyped to the max. AOL paid $182 billion to buy Time Warner, adding Time Warner cable packages to their then popular home internet offerings. At the time, the dot-coms could do no wrong, and AOL was at the head of the pack as the dominant player. Its sky-high stock market valuation, bid up by investors looking for a windfall, made the young company more valuable in market cap than many blue chips. Merging the cultures of the combined companies was problematic from the get-go. Certainly, the lawyers and professionals involved with the merger did the conventional due diligence on the numbers. What also needed to happen, and evidently didn't, was due diligence on the culture. The aggressive and many said arrogant AOL people horrified the more staid and corporate Time Warner side. Just a few months later, the dot-com bubble burst, causing AOL's value to decline rapidly. In 2009, Time Warner struck out on their own with a valuation of $36 billion. Newly single, AOL's value had dropped to just $2.5 billion. In 2000, AOL thought their reign as the leading home internet service would never end. Yet just a few short years proved them very, very wrong. It's much better to take a look at the assumptions behind the transformative startup before diving in headfirst with your checkbook. Number 1. Chernobyl disaster. Cost $590 billion. The Chernobyl disaster is the worst, most deadly nuclear accident of all time. The worst part is, it occurred due to some totally preventable mistakes. On April 25, 1986, a drill simulating a power outage at Chernobyl led to uncontrolled reactions and a steam fire that burned for 9 days. The resulting steam explosion and fire released at least 5% of the radioactive reactor core into the environment, with the deposition of radioactive materials in many parts of Europe. Acute radiation syndrome (ARS) was originally diagnosed in 237 people on site and involved with the cleanup. 2 Chernobyl plant workers died due to the explosion on the night of the accident, and a further 134 workers were hospitalized due to the radiation exposure. And 31 of them died in the following few weeks. 14 of them would later die from cancer, possibly caused by the radiation. Furthermore, large areas of Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, and beyond were contaminated in various degrees. The United States Scientific Committee on the Effects of Atomic Radiation has concluded that apart from some 6,500 thyroid cancers resulting in 15 fatalities, there is no evidence of major public health impact attributable to radiation exposure 20 years after the accident. The Chernobyl power plant ran on the Soviet-designed reactor that wasn't up to code for usage anywhere else in the world. Design flaws in that reactor caused the terrible incident, and irreparable damage occurred. Modifications have been made to overcome deficiencies in all the RBMK reactors still operating. In these, originally the nuclear chain reaction and power output could increase if cooling water were lost or turned to steam, in contrast to most Western designs. The design of the reactor is unique, and in that respect the accident is thus of little relevance to the rest of the nuclear industry. The Chernobyl disaster was a unique event and the only accident in the history of commercial nuclear power where radiation-related fatalities occurred. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today's video. I'll be back with some more mind-blowing facts in the next video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon and click notifications, all for more awesome facts and stories. Thanks for watching. Bye!